Good day and good morning. It's Bengal Brown Day, and this day is like no other. It reminds me of Superman. Perhaps you heard of him, the Man of Steel. Well, for whatever reason, we know he's from the planet of Krypton, and if he is exposed to any pieces of that planet, he loses his superpowers and becomes a mere mortal man. And that's the best theory I can come up with for Joe Burrow in Cleveland. There's something about that area that's too close to home, and he loses his superpowers so far. Now, what may happen is Orlando Brown could be the protective suit that removes the biggest chunk of kryptonite in Joe Burrow's planet, which is Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett has been a frickin' Terminator against us. He's had 12 sacks against Joe Burrow. I don't know if specifically just Joe Burrow. 12 sacks. He's lighting us up. So we got to make up for him. But Orlando Brown is having a phenomenal all-pro year, which is why we signed him to begin with. So, of course, they got the cornerbacks. Ward, got the safety, Delpit. They got a great secondary, and Kevin Stefanski knows how to play the Bengals. They just got our number for some reason. And the Bengals have won. Zach Taylor has had success against Cleveland, but usually it's the end of the season where either we're out of it or they're out of it. So it's tough to say. I mean, on paper, we should just go, Browns are terrible, blah, blah, blah. But Nick Chubb comes back. I'm happy for Nick Chubb. I wish he could have waited 1 week from that horrific knee injury, but regardless, here he is, making his comeback, and LaShawn Watson is excited. They got rid of Amari Cooper. Apparently, there was words on the street that he was kind of forcing the ball into him, and for whatever reason, maybe it was LaShawn wanted to get rid of him, so they sent him packing because Cleveland is totally hamstrung with this whole LaShawn Watson trade. And they're kind of just screwed for the moment. So they're going to do nothing this year. So this is their Super Bowl. Their biggest event is trying to knock the Bengals off. And it's been a house of horrors there. Now, Joe Burrow's first game there, it was a Thursday night, or could have been Monday night. I don't even remember, back in 2020. And he put up crazy numbers, but they fell short. They're kind of behind the whole game. And that's kind of been the system. They hammer it with Nick Chubb. So Nick Chubb must have been circling this game for his return for a long time. Check out my Patreon. I'll give you my picks for the highs and overs, unders for a parlay if you want to check that out. $3 a month. That's not too shabby. But can the Bengals win today? Of course they can. Joe Burrow does have a way of, they never won in New York before at the Meadowlands against the Giants. They went in there and took care of that. They didn't win a road playoff game before. He took care of that. He's went down the list and checked all the boxes. So if they just stick to their game plan and don't don't shoot themselves in the foot. I remember last season, yes, this is an excuse, but I don't care what none of you guys say. Last year, coming off that calf injury, you could see if you rewatch the game that he was severely limited in his mobility. So don't get, overly confident there. So don't be ridiculous. So the guy was hurt. And then the year before that was just the Halloween massacre. That was just a brutal, ugly beatdown. That was probably one of the most demoralizing losses I can think of in the Joe Burrow, Zach Taylor Bengal era. So, but they have their center got hurt last week. They got a guy in there, Ethan Pochi, looks like. He'll be, so they are a little bit dinged up on the offensive line. Can the Bengals' defensive performance match last week? Of course, I hope so. So, what do I expect to happen? I'm expecting a tough, hard-fought, basically 13-10, 20-17 game. I don't care how we win this. I don't care if it's 12-6 and it's all field goals. We gotta, this game, this is the swing game. If we win this game, it's on. And we're going to be 5-4 when we go into Baltimore and play those guys. Or we lose this game and it just makes everything a little iffier, and it's definitely going to shake our confidence. So let's go. Bad juju, LoShawn Watson, for all your shady business, okay? So you got that going against you. Final score, Bengals 17, Browns 16. We squeak it out, and then the roll begins. I think we got the Raiders, then the Eagles, or the Eagles and the Raiders, and biggity bam, next thing you know, we're right back in it. And we're going to be a train. And we're going to go into Baltimore and win that game. But we can't look ahead. We have to just look to today. One day, my Bengal brothers. And today's the day. So, Who Day, good luck to you. Check out the Patreon and get my overs and unders. And like I said before, when it comes to those, just take like 4 of them. I'll give 4 winners on there. You just got to pick which ones. All right, I'll talk to you after the game. Hang in there, Bengal brothers. Who Dey?
Man, y'all need to start tuning in to the YouTube channel, The Bengals Genius Show.